And there's one player I want us to put under the microscope, really. It is how terrible Nicolas Jackson was from the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City and then missing another sitter against Arsenal. I don't know how you miss it as Rotti away from just millimeters from the goal.
Well, that's the Black Nunes, in my opinion. And
the Black Nunes.
And it's, for me, he's not even meant to be a number 9. When you see him playing, down the wing, he seems really exciting, or behind the striker. He can't be alone there trying to get goals for you. No disrespect to him, his conversion rate is quite far better than Darwin Núñez, no doubt. He misses unnecessary chances like Darwin Núñez, but he doesn't miss the sitters per se, just like as Darwin Núñez does. But Jackson needs to be away from he needs to be away from being the focal point in any team as a striker. Retrain yourself into being either a 10 or a winger, 7 or 11, but not just that. No, you can't go for a header and you're frightened.
Okay, but now I really would like us to consider, because like you said, it brings a lot to his game. Industry, dexterity,
hold up play,
energy.
he has it.
He has a lot in his arsenal. But the main thing is what he's failed at so far. Maybe not massive failure, but at least the basic things.
Evident failure.
Yes.
Like it's so glaring.
So now, Kule, what do you think that this young Senegalese man can do better?
It's just that I didn't have the opportunity. Maybe this will be the opportunity for me to go into what Ronti said about Darwin Núñez earlier. You need to understand that language barrier thing is real. It's real, and it can have an impact on a player's performance.
How do you know it's real? Have you played football before at the professional level?
No, it's not. It is something that affects this, especially when you're in an environment where everything, where things are different from how you grew up in. Where he was coming from in Portugal, there are similarities with his culture in Uruguay, because they have similar things. But you are in a different place entirely, where it's not, it's just different. So it's going to take some time for you to adjust.
So how long?
So the thing is,
how long now?
It's good. I don't know how long, but you see, that's the thing. There's just so much impatience in football. And now, going to Jackson, it's the same thing. Jackson hasn't done badly, for me, in my opinion. He has 10 goals. If you take away Cole Palmer's penalties, Cole Palmer has, I think, 11 goals.
So what are you doing now?
No. Wait.
What are you doing?
That's the thing. Okay, let's take away Cole Palmer's penalties and give it to Jackson. How many of those penalties would he convert?
Exactly. That's a very hot topic for debate.
I'm just trying to. I'm sure he'll do it. I think he had come. I think
he has missed about 2 penalties.
How sure can you be?
Hope you know that.
I'm sure he'll be able to convert.
How sure?
But the point again is, like I've said, new environment. Let's not forget that this guy.
So are you saying something is essentially wrong with Chelsea?
Of course there is. The environment there is.
But they create enough for Jackson, doesn't he?
Look, it's not.
Doesn't he get enough chances?
I think Ronti maybe outrightly mentioned that Jackson maybe doesn't seem to be the outright out and out striker. When he was in Villarreal, he wasn't playing as the out and out striker, right? And he's this kind of player who, he's always moving around multiple positions and also those kind of things. So if you are putting it, he's not that Erling Haaland kind of a player that you would think he would wait for service. You said it is industrial, so he's not going to stay in one place. And we've seen that away from his goal scoring, he actually contributes a lot, even in the attacking phase of play and all. So if that is the case, why not find a place? That for me suggests that Chelsea should get a striker. Jackson for me is a goldmine for Chelsea, because from what we saw in Villarreal, let's not forget that he was the La Liga Player of the Month for me. That's not ordinary. He scored more goals than anybody.
How much does that count for?
Sorry?
How much does that count?
It's going to count. It's going to count for a lot.
La Liga Player of the Month.
Okay. So winning the Player of the Month is not.
I'm just wondering.
No. It's going to count for a lot. Trust me, alright. So, Chelsea need to fix themselves. It's not going to be all on Jackson. Chelsea needs to fix themselves from top to bottom. Okay. When they do that, trust me, you would see Jackson shine.